Hey guys, it's your girl Victoria back to you with another review for Caught in the Act Unfaithful Season 2, Episode 15, called She Has Two Phones. I don't think that was ever addressed in the confrontation of this episode, but I digress. We're going to get straight into it. We're starting off with Tammy. She's meeting homeboy named Richard. Okay, I guess he do like comedy stuff online, social, media, content creator, all that stuff, influencer, whatever you want to call that stuff. I don't remember if they said his name or his social media name, because I was like, one of the clips that they showed of him, I'm like, oh, that was actually kind of pretty funny. So I would have went to see what he do on TikTok and whatnot, but I don't remember if they showed anything, and if they did, I'm not gonna go back. I mean, I already deleted the recording, so I'm not gonna, do all that. But anyway, so he do, creator content type of stuff, and I guess his girl does too. But before we get into his girl, they talk about his, life story. He's dealt with a lot of loss. He had his father pass away from liver cancer. Tammy does get choked up when he was mentioning the father with the liver cancer, because her mother too passed away from liver cancer. So they kind of trauma bond in regards to that. Unfortunately, his mother also passed a few years after his dad, and also one of his closest friends passed away, and that's why he has a chain that said TMS, because that was for sure going to be like, I was going to be like, what is TMS? I was like, is this the girlfriend or whatever? But no. So after all his little background story of himself, we get into his relationship. Who is he in relationship with? A girl named Alisa. So I guess, like I said, she's also a social media influencer, content creator, whatnot, and, sells stuff online. Okay, cool. They've been together for a year. Everything seemed like it was going good in the beginning, but with the last few months, she's been less communicative, kind of shutting down and whatnot. And, Richard even brought her a promise ring. And, come to find out, she's also a model, so she does night gigs. And, at first, she always wanted him to go with her to the night gigs and whatnot, but recently, she don't want him a part of no parts of her little night gigs. So he don't be going, and they used to share locations, but it looks like she's having a little bit of problem with that as of recent. So, he want to know what the heck's going on. So, Tammy gonna take the case. Okay, that's just the background, synopsis, whatever. We're gonna get straight into the investigation. Okay, because I'm just like, all this formality stuff, I understand we got to let it, go, but I want to get to the confrontation, because what happened in the confrontation don't make a lick of sense to me. So we get to investigation. Okay, Desiree, she's the PI for the episode. Day one of investigation, wasn't really much going on. Alisa did a live on social media, but hours later she walks out of her house with some guy, gives him like a little bit of a sensual hug. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to some it might be nothing, but sometimes you just know when there's a lingeration of a hug. And we're not talking about a lingeration with a family member. We're like, oh my gosh, it was so nice to see you. It was kind of one of those lingerations of like, I can't wait to see you again. You know what I'm kind of like, y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, don't make me look out here like I'm crazy. You know what I'm talking about. So it was a little bit of a sensual type of hug. And he gets in his truck, he leaves, or let Richard tell it later on in the episode, Mr. Pickup Truck. So after he done leaves, ain't nothing really happened after that. So we get to day 2. We see that Alisa goes to a photo shoot, and then she goes to a restaurant and has a phone call with Richard. But then after the phone call with Richard, we see her put the phone down. Okay, she was on the phone with Richard. Okay, cool. She put the phone down. Then grabs her purse, gets another phone out, and then she gets a call from some guy named Matthew. And she says like, hey, baby. So she's talking with him and whatnot, then gets off the phone, and I guess she leaves to go somewhere. But I guess Desiree ended up losing her, because she got stuck at a light or whatever. So that was the end of the investigation for day 2. We get to day 3, and, it's later on in the night. Alisa leaves the house. She goes to pretty much like a drive shack, okay? So she meets up with Matthew at the drive shack, and, they're playing golf, all touchy-feely and whatever, hugging and kissing or whatever, and, dancing a little bit, and, it seems like, they're just having a grand old time, kissing on the couch. Mind you, there's like people around them, right? And the way they was making out on the couch, you would think they're on the couch alone at home, because the he was, leaned back, sitting on the couch. She was like all up on top of him, arms wrapped around his neck and stuff. And I'm just like, so we're doing this in a Publix of Drive Shack. I mean, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. I'm just saying, if I was there, I would damn sure be like taking a video of them, be like, look at these people at this drive shack. Look at these people. You always find something somewhere in Florida. That's what I would have said on my like Snapchat or Instagram, Because that's just who I am. I'm sorry. You want to put it on public display? You gonna be on public display for stuff like that, not normal things. Not like a little peck in here like regular PDA. That's PDA. But anyway, I'm letting y'all too much into my life. Okay, so after that we get Richard meeting up with Ken and Tammy to go over the footage, and everything for the most part is what we already done saw, but the additional footage that we didn't see in the investigation part of the episode was the fact that when they was at the drive shack, Matthew and Alisa was talking. They brought up Richard. I guess Matthew knows about Richard, but he don't give a F. He don't give a F about Richard because it's about him and her, Matthew and Alisa. So Richard, obviously is taken aback by that. Obviously they're flirting with each other in the footage, and, her vagina, gets brought up. I guess he can't wait to hit that tonight or whatever the case may be. I didn't really listen to exactly what he said, but her punani got brought up in the conversation of them at the drive shack. So after Richard done heard that, he was like, I'm hitting that, homeboy hitting that. That means she dirty, bro, because I'm hitting her raw. And Matthew's probably hitting her raw too. Okay, let's be honest. And if that's the case, Alisa, you just, girl, just get checked, okay? Just make sure you get checked, okay? Because that's not, I mean, girl, to each their own. Anybody can do what they want to do, but you get into bare dicks inside on a regular basis, and you don't know what either of them be doing outside of you. You know what I'm saying? So you just be careful. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta be careful. It's a sensitive area down there. Okay, just be safe. Okay. But if she want to do that, that's her vagina, not mine. So listen, it ain't got nothing to do with me. It ain't got nothing to do with me. But girl, just be careful out there, because who knows who Matthew, beating up, whose box Matthew be beating up. Clearly, I feel like Richard don't be doing nothing, but Matthew, very questionable man. Anyway, so obviously Richard is pissed and hurt, so he's kind of like calling her little names or whatnot, and I feel like he really wanted to be like, oh, dirty little slut, but he didn't say all that. So obviously Tammy asks him if he wants to team up or do the takedown. He goes through a whole little spiel of like, oh, he already know about me. Why would I team up with him? So, he's going to do the takedown. So he's going to do the takedown. Tammy said, okay, cool. But, you got to just keep it calm and cool, collective, act normal. Don't be doing, all these rah-rah stuff. Don't even hit her up. Don't talk to her. No, nothing until we get to the takedown. Richard said he's going to block her after the show. Okay, cool. Richard, if that's what you want to do, by all means, do it. I just hope you stay true to your word, because a lot of people come on this dang show talking about, oh yeah, I'm done with him. I'm done with her. Ain't gonna be nothing. I don't do all that cheating shit. And then by the end of the episode, they get back together. Or 3 months later, or they'll be done. And then 3 months later, they back together. So I'm like, Richard, you say this. I really hope you stay true to your word. Okay. So we get to the takedown. Alisa and Matthew are shopping at a shoe store. Obviously, they're that type of couple that's just hugging all over each other, touching all over each other, kissing all over each other. So obviously, Richard already done seen enough after watching it for like 2.5 seconds. Okay, understandably so. I think a lot of people would feel that same type of way. So he gets out of the van, goes to confront them. Mind you, when he's getting in the van, initially, he's just like, I feel like I'm being kidnapped. And I'm just looking at him like, Richard, with this outfit you got on, you should have been kidnapped, and they should have changed your whole attire. Because the mechanic type of shirt, I'm like, I guess that's a style, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But with the star jeans and stuff, I'm just like, sir, what are we doing here? Okay, this is the outfit you choose to go confront somebody. Okay, so he goes in the store to confront them. And immediately Matthew's on 10 talking about, oh, she don't want you, you goofy, you a lame, all these cameras and stuff. Got Richard calling him Mr. Pickup Truck, Bruno Mars and stuff. And I'm looking at Richard. I'm looking at Matthew. I'm looking at his attire, his glasses. And I'm like, when was this episode filmed? Like, was this filmed like back in the early 2010s when like all these like shades and designs all put together and stuff. I'm like, this is not of the 2020s, because this is very pizzazzed outfits that both of them got on, and I'm just like, this can't be in the current modern day filmed. And if it is, do better. Everybody to each their own. Everybody got their own style and stuff, but I'm just like, this ain't it for either one of y'all. It really ain't it. Matthew, stick with the plain t-shirts and jeans and stuff, and Richard, that's keep plain t-shirts and stuff. Matthew, just I don't know what to say about you. But anyway, like I said, they keep going back and forth. Matthew trying to seem like he trying to pounce on Richard, but security there, so nothing gonna happen. So then it goes to commercial for dramatic effect, comes back from commercial for dramatic effect. They're still going back and forth yelling, so Tammy and Ken walk in, and Alisa is calling Richard a lame, saying he's insecure, and because he was so insecure, she gave him a reason to be insecure. I'm looking at her like, that don't even make a lick of sense. Girl, please, like, that don't, like, do you hear yourself right now? Like, she just trying to deflect and trying to put it all on him when it's really like, bro, you the one who cheated though. So Matthew lets Ken know that they've been talking for 6 months, because obviously they being separated and all that stuff. Tammy trying to deal with Richard and Lisa. Ken's talking to Matthew. Matthew's saying they've been together for 6 months, and Elisa's ready to leave Richard. And, back on with Richard and Alisa. Richard's calling Alisa a phony. And Alisa's like, oh, see, you're being insecure right now. And I'm looking at Alisa like, you cheated. I don't understand how him catching you cheating on him is him being insecure. She knows she just saying stuff to just say stuff to make it seem like it's his fault when it's really her fault. So, I mean, I shouldn't even really be reading too much into what she's saying, but I'm just like, yo, even though you got caught and you don't want to take accountability, can we come up with a better reasoning, or can we say something better than you're being insecure right now? It's like, it's not being insecure. I caught you. The hell? I'm being insecure for catching you cheating? That doesn't even make sense. So, anyway, Richard cusses her out and he walks out, and Alisa's trying to explain to Tammy, see, he's insecure, but here we have Matthew. He's confident, unlike Richard. Okay, then, if that's the case, if you've seen that, Matthew was so confident, why not end things with Richard and be with Matthew? Because Matthew was lame too. Not saying that Richard's lame. I don't want to get, I just said, that kind of insinuate Richard's lame. Richard, you ain't lame. You just got to change, wear better jeans. Okay, that's really all it is, sir. You could have just chose regular jeans, sir. Like, why? Anyway, so if anything, I'm looking at Matthew like the lame, because his outfit is atrocious. You know what I'm saying? And, this hairstyle, that's why I'm like, what era was this filmed in? Because this don't seem like 2023, because I'm sure this was filmed in 2023. This don't seem like 2023 type of attire. So I'm just trying to understand what the hell's going on. But anyway, Matthew, he's just trying to figure out what's going on between him and Alisa, because he's just like, do you love me? And she's like, yeah, I love you. So, and, he's just like, I don't know, I think it was Tammy and then also Ken who kind of asked Alisa, okay, so do you want to be with him? She pauses, and that's when Tammy's like, okay, your pause is all I need to hear. So Tammy goes outside to check on Richard. And then that's when Ken asks her, like, that's not really she pauses. Ken asks her the question again. And she's like, she can see herself being with Matthew. And Ken was like, that's not the question we asked. Like, you deflecting. By this point, I'm just like, okay, we're not going to get no answers. There's not going to be no resolvement anywhere in this whole dang situation, because Alisa's on some BS. Okay, big time BS. And, she knows she on BS. We know she on some BS. The men of her life know she's on some BS. Tammy, Ken, everybody, we all know she's on some BS. So after that, we see Tammy going to talk to Richard, letting him know, like, bro, the way you're talking to her like that is, like, disrespectful. And, she brings Alisa out to talk with him. And, she's still not taking any type of accountability, saying, she saw the red flags and due to her past, it's just like it led her to do what she did. And it's just like, you're still not making any sense. So everybody knows that. Richard tells her, Richard says, obviously she don't give a F because she's still not taking no accountability. She has not once yet apologized for what she done did, and she could go F herself. So then it goes to commercial for dramatic effect, comes back from commercial for dramatic effect, and Alisa says like, "Oh, you're so quick to disrespect me." And then Richard said, "So what you did to me wasn't disrespectful?" So then that's when Alisa was just like, "Look, I was loyal to you for 6 months or whatever the case may be before I did what I did." So Richard was like, "Bro, get out of here. Ain't nobody trying to hear what you're trying to say. That don't even make no sense because it don't make no sense. Alisa, what are you talking about?" So then that's when Alisa was just like, "You don't know what I've been through." Once again. So you've been hurt and stuff. So you then go ahead and hurt someone else. And then she probably would have used the excuse, hurt people, hurt people. Alisa, please. Alisa, look, girl. You and your lips just you just need to exit stage left at this point. Nobody trying to hear what you're trying to say at this point. I'm not like at this point when she said you don't know what I've been through. I said, oh, we go on full blown playing victim here. Alisa, please. Nobody is regarding you and your past and what you've been through, okay? Because that don't make honestly. You don't give a F. Why should I give a F about what done happened in your past when you don't give a F about what done happened in my past? And I'm talking as if I was Richard. Like, you don't give a F what happened in my past and what you done did to me. So I don't give a F what you been through, girl. What is that? That don't got nothing to do with now, because at the end of the day, it really don't, okay? People go through a lot of ish, a lot. And they don't even turn out as half the trifling person you are. Girl, okay. Whatever she want to say, but at the end of the day, is like, we don't care. That don't make no excuse or justification for what you done did. You, girl, I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna say something rude. I'm not gonna say it. I already said disrespect to her by talking about her lips, because they're not natural. But girl, I don't know what else to say. To me, it's just kind of like one of those things where it's like you just know someone's on BS, so it's just like you really shouldn't be giving your energy or entertaining them, because for what? What's the point of you going off? Like, for Richard, I'm just like, bro, I understand you frustrated, I understand you upset and pissed off and hurt, but at the same time, she doesn't deserve any energy you giving to her, because for what? She's still gonna do what she do, and eventually they do apologize to each other, because Tammy brings them together to apologize. So she apologizes to him for hurting him, he apologizes to her for disrespecting her, and they're not gonna be together. They're gonna leave it at that. And then when Tammy talks to Alisa by herself, she says she just wants to be by herself and just date freely, not dealing with either Richard nor Matthew. So after that, they all get together back inside the shoe store. By this time, I'm just like, this is a shoe store. This is an active shoe store. So nobody else came in the shoe store while all this is happening. They shut it down for the rest of the day. That's just a random side thought I had. Anyway, that's beside the point. So everybody gets together in the shoe store to talk. Richard tells Matthew, "Look, bro, I don't got no problem with you. I don't really know you like that. You don't even know me like that. So it is what it is." Matthew really ain't trying to hear nothing that Richard got to say. He just wants to know what's going on with him and Alisa. So Tammy tells it for Alisa that she don't want to deal with neither of the men and whatnot. She just wants to do her own thing. You got Richard having ad lib saying like, yeah, she wants to do her own thing. Play in the streets. I mean, she did say she wants to date freely, so I mean, she gonna be out in these streets. Yeah. She definitely gonna be out in these streets. But that's her prerogative. If that's what she want to do, let her do her. Hopefully she don't do this to another man or nobody else. We gonna see. And then Matthew looking at her confused, like, but I thought you said we was gonna be together. You was gonna leave homeboy and stuff. Look, Matthew, she don't want you. Okay. By her giving you a little pause when Tammy asked if she wants to be with you, should have told you all you need to know. See, you was going all hard for her, calling, Richard a goofy and a lame and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, you looking like a goofy and a lame, not only because of your attire, but because you really thought homegirl was going to stick with you after. I mean, I'm not going to say how you get them is how you lose them, because technically she didn't cheat on you because you was the mistress in this situation, you was the side dude, whatnot. But at the same time, it's like you did all of that, riding for her for so hard, trying to be fighting another man for her, and she don't even want you, bro. Look, this is why I say, sometimes, actually a lot of times, okay, and I'm starting to learn that too, and I'm starting to do that myself too. You gotta match energy, bro. You gotta match energy, because Why am I hooping and hollering for you after you done cheated on this man? And then I'm thinking we're gonna be together just for you to leave me high and dry. No, absolutely not. No, 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 no. Listen, I'm starting to be in the phase of like, look, I'm gonna show you what I'm about. I think I said this in a review a week or two ago. I'm gonna show you what I'm about. I'm gonna show you how I, go about doing like a relationship, whether it's like a friendship, relative ship, significant othership. Like, I'm gonna show you what I'm about, show you how much I care and how much I ride or die and do for the people I love, right? But when I see you not matching my energy, don't worry, that's cool. That's fine. That's 100% okay, because you know what? I'm gonna match your energy. Since you can't come up to my energy, let me bring it down to your energy. So you know what? I'm gonna fall all the way back. Yes, that might be petty of me, but listen, I'm not gonna be showing out for you when you clearly not showing out for me. And I know, we shouldn't be doing things for to receive the same thing or whatnot. We should do it because we want to do it, but at the same time, I'm not about to just, do everything for you and I'm struggling, you doing nothing for me. And I'm not even talking about monetary wise. I'm just talking about like just in every like general stuff. So it's like I'm done with that. I'm done overdoing it for people, and clearly I'm looking like the fool because I'm the one rah-rahing for you, but then when it comes to me, you silent. No, that don't make no sense to me. That don't make a sense. So Matthew, you dumb. Okay, you dumb. You should already knew way better, especially dealing with with duck lips over there. You should have known better. And that's no shade, Alisa, but at the same time, the way you was acting this episode, girl, please. Okay, you thought she thought she was all that, and what Richard said, and a bucket of paint, something like that. I don't know. I don't know these phrases. But girl, please, you ain't doing nothing for nobody. Okay, like I said, I'm not gonna disrespect the girl other than talking about her lips. So I'm just gonna keep it at that. Matthew, you a fool. Okay. We get to the little whatchamacallit. What they call them things? My mind just completely went blank these past 30 seconds, to be honest with you. We get to the confessionals, whatnot. We have a Lisa. She says she will communicate better with her partner next time. I'm like, girl, ain't gonna be no next time. And I'm not gonna say if, when you get another partner, you're gonna do the same thing. So you look like you learn nothing from this whole situation. I don't want to hear nothing you gotta say. Okay, take her off the thing. I'd rather see a confessional from Matthew to see if he learned his lesson about showing out for someone that's not even his someone. And then we have Richard. He does his little confessional saying, her apology was nice and whatnot, but, I'm not going to say what he said word for word. I'm just about to paraphrase, but, it really don't mean nothing. It don't mean a cop. It don't mean a cop. It don't mean shit. Okay. It don't mean, it going through one ear and out the other. So after that, we get to 3 months later update. Richard said he healed from Alisa, focusing on himself and moving forward. Now he's in another relationship, and it's, somewhat pretty heavy. It's serious. And I'm just like, it's been 3 months, bro. Like, you already in a serious relationship? Define serious relationship, bro. Like, did you immediately get into another relationship? Like, how long y'all been talking that it's, like, serious? Everybody, every relationship is different. I'm not trying to knock it, but it's just like, you went through the situation with Alisa, went through your breakup process, healed from it in another relationship that is serious, all within the span of 3 months. It must have not been a serious relationship with Alisa if you was already over it, moved on, well, healed and moved on to the point where you got into another relationship right away and it's serious. I want to know the exact time span or time frame of all that happening within the span of 3 months. But you know what? A lot of these people, quick to move on. A lot of these people feel like moving on, the saying, the best way to get over someone is to get under a new one. And it's like, if you think that's what helped you heal, you are completely wrong, Richard. You are completely wrong. But that's not for me to decide. That's for you to figure out yourself. But he talking about he don't got no time to waste. So he gonna probably get homegirl knocked up. She gonna be stuck. And everybody got stuff to deal with. But I just feel like Richard, I don't think you're healed. But Once again, you're not my problem. That's not my problem. That's your life, not my life. Oh, but that was the end of the episode. Good luck to Richard. I'm glad he stood 10 toes down. He said he was done with her. And yep, he's done with her. So he stood 10 toes down. And, that's it. Good luck to him and these little braids he had at the end of the episode. And that's it, guys. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you laughed at least once, please subscribe. If you didn't laugh, well, I failed. But that's okay, because we going to keep trying, The best thing about falling down, getting back up, my little inspiration at the end of this video. So, there's always an episode next week. Come back next week. Maybe, hopefully, it's people I can make jokes that can make you laugh. You know what I'm saying? And then you could subscribe in. I can wait till next week. That's fine. Next week, 7 days later, it's fine. So, after that, comment down below what you thought about this episode. Be easy, breezy, lemon squeezy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.